Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Atif Iskandar. So today I'm going to talk about survey that we submit to KPMB students. It is suggestion of improvement of KPMB facilities. So for the objective, we need to identify self-satisfaction among the students with the management of the facilities. The second one is to suggest the way to improve the facilities in KPMB. For the third one, we need to examine how KPMB facilities are outdated or not working. For the last one, we need to identify self-satisfaction towards the facilities security. So for the target audience, for the population, we target all students of KPMB. 30 students of KPMB is sample. For the method of collecting data, we use online survey method. So what is advantages of using this method? So this method is easy to use for participants, quick to analyze, more accurate, and the most importantly, it is easy to use for researcher. So there are many types of sampling method, but we just use one of them. It is quota sampling. This quota sampling is accurately represents the entire populations. The second one is sample can be controlled for certain characteristic. For qualitative questions, we have two questions for KPMB students. For the first one is which place are most suitable for KPMB students for study? A. Library, B. Hall of KPMB, C. Big Cube, and the last one, D. Mosque Lodge. For the second question of qualitative, which part of KPMB's place has a fast internet connection? A. Library, B. KPMB's hall, C. Hostel, and D. Big Cube. For the quantitative questions, the first question is how much time do you spend in library? A. 30 minutes, B. 1 hour, C. 1 hour and 30 minutes, D. 2 hours. The second question of quantitative, how often do you use the music room in KPMB? A. 0 or 1 per week, B. 2 or 3 per week, C. 4 or 5 per week, and D. 6 or 7 per week. Number 3 of the question is how frequent do you use the gym in KPMB? A. 0 or 1 per week, B. 2 or 3 per week, C. 4 or 5 per week, and D. 6 or 7 per week. So that's the end of my part. I'm gonna pass it to my friend.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Firas Wafi. I am from class DBS 2A. So today I will present the data that we received from our research. So first of all, from our research, we can conclude that the most suitable place to study by KPMB student is library. Total number of students that choose library is 11. The second data that we gather is place that has the fastest internet connection in KPMB. So from the data that we receive, Hostel KPMB has the fastest internet connection with the total number of students are 12. The second place that have faster internet connection is library with the total of students 10. From our research too, we can conclude that most of students KPMB will spend 1 hour 30 minutes in library. Other than that, we also find that most of students KPMB usually use music room from 0 to 1 per week. So for the last data that we gather, most students KPMB will use gym facilities from 0.5 to 2.5.
Assalamualaikum and a good evening to everyone. Welcome back. I am Hari Akmal Muhammad Noor and I will be continuing to task 3, that is the calculation of the question. Our group has taken 3 questions from the aspect of quantitative, if I'm not mistaken. And we actually took some, we copied some of the tables so we can make a reference to it for the calculation. We also added 4 additional tables, that is midpoint, x, fx, fx power of 2, and f. So for our first question, that is the time spent in library, that is the students of KPMB, all of it, the mode, mean, median, standard deviation, as well COV and skewness. For mode, the interpretation is the highest frequency is 448 minutes, while the mean, the average of students spent in the library is 40 minutes, while the median, 50% of students spend time in the library is more than 1,128 minutes per week, while 50% is less than 1,128 minutes per week. For the standard deviation, is the average of students spend time in the library is estimated from 648 minutes per day to 680 minutes per day. For the COV, because it is higher than 0.2, it is associated with unstable customer demand. And lastly, for question 1, that is skewness. Skewness, our answer for this question is we got negative. The answer we got is negative, and obviously the skew will be on the left side, and that is negative skew. The PSK is negative skew. The greater the value of PSK negative, the more distribution is skewed to the left. We will move on to question 2. That is how much time students of KPMB use the music room, and we indicated this in a week. So we got the same formula, that is for each of this, that is mode, mean, median, standard deviation, COV, and skewness. So I will just continue with the interpretation. That is for the mode, the highest frequency is 1 time per week, and for the mean, the average of students use the music room is 1 time per week. Median, 50% of students use the music room is more than 20 times per week, while 50% is less than 20 times per week. The standard deviation, the average student use the music room is estimated from 14 times per week to 26 times per week. COV, high value than 0.2 and are associated with unstable customer demand. For the skewness, we got our answer is actually positive, if I'm not mistaken. We got it both positive for our answer. So positive skew, the greater the value of PSK positive, the more the distribution is skewed to the right. And for our last question, that is question 3, how much students of KPMB use the gym facilities that is in KPMB. So as the previous 2 questions, we got the same formula: mode, mean, median, standard deviation, COV, and skewness. So I just, as usual, continuing with the interpretation. For the last question is for mode, the highest frequency is 2 times per week. The mean, the average of students use the gym facilities are 3 times per week. For median, 50% students use the gym facilities more than 7 times per week, while 70% is less than 1. It's actually 50% of students use the gym facilities more than 3 times per week, while 50% is less than 1 time per week. And for the standard deviation, the average student use the gym facilities estimated from 7 times per week to 1 time per week. For the COV high value, and it is actually higher than 0.2, and it is associated with unstable customer demand. For the last one is for our skewness. Our answer for both formula is in positive, so it will be positive skew. The greater the value, the greater the value of PSK positive, the more the distribution is skewed to the right. So that is all for today. I am Hari Akmal Muhammad Noor again, and I will be signing out. Bye.
As for conclusion, in conclusion, we can conclude that most facility in KPMB is well managed, but there are some of facility are not being provided with fast internet connection and making us hard to study, do our homework and our assignment. The KPMB student usually spend 30 minutes to 1 hour 30 minutes in the library. The average use they will be using the music room is 2 to 3 times per week and 4 to 5 times per week. Majority of KPMB students prefer just going to use the gym in KPMB just 1 time per week. Having properly managed facility are exponentially increase the efficiency of our environment. If all our facility are managed, then there is a very little chance that can disrupt us as a student. People will know where things are kept and not having to waste time looking for material, and thus increasing efficiency. Based on our survey, we suggest that Mara can give to us a lot more facility to study and do our homework that are provided with fast internet connection and comfort place to study. Then, suggestion and recommendation of survey finding. For suggestion on improvement of KPMB facilities, we can suggest KPMB try to improve the internet connection by providing faster internet facility that can cover the entire KPMB, including KPMB Hall and Big Cube, which have internet line that are slower compared to the internet speed of the library and hostel. Other than that, we suggest all the students of KPMB to use all of the facility in that been provided for us to maximize the use of facility in KPMB. Additionally, we suggest that Mara can give us lot more facility to study, do our homework, and that provide with fast internet connection and comfort place to study. Lastly, we suggest that if we want to get good level of facility, all of us as student, lecturer and employee of KPMB need to work together to take care of the facility and not damage the facility. Next is appendix. The first is image and picture from our survey. Next is raw data from respondent. We have 30 raw data from respondent of KPMB student. The third is questionnaire from sample of blank questionnaire form. We have 2 qualitative question and 3 quantitative question. The qualitative question is, first, which place are the most suitable for KPMB student to study? Second is, which part of KPMB place have fast internet connection? For quantitative question, the first question is, how much time do you spend in the library? Second, how often do you use the music room in KPMB? The third is, how frequent do you use the gym in KPMB? The fourth is a peer evaluation form. That is the end of the task 4. Thank you very much.